Today, we're talking about a quiet but very important collaboration that just got highlighted again in the Cardano and Filecoin communities. So, BlockFrost has integrated Filecoin as a premium decentralized backup storage layer for Cardano developers. So, if you're building on Cardano or if you're an ADA holder and you want to understand what this move actually means for the ecosystem going forward, this video will matter. No hype, no price prediction whatsoever, just facts, what it really means and why this is a solid infrastructure win. So let's dive in. First, a quick refresher for those who are new here. BlockFrost is one of the most widely used API services for Cardano. So thousands of developers rely on it every day to query the blockchain, to submit transactions and handle off-chain data without having to run their own full nodes or heavy infrastructure. So it's basically the easy on-ramp for building the apps on Cardano. And one of the things that BlockFrost already provides is an IPS gateway. That's for storing things like NFT images, metadata, documents, or any off-chain data that doesn't need to sit directly on the blockchain. Because on the chain, storage is expensive and it is not practical for large files. But IPFS, alone has limitations. Data can sometimes disappear if nobody is pinning it properly, and that's where Filecoin comes in. Filecoin is the largest decentralized storage network in the world. It is also one of the top 100 projects. It uses cryptographic proofs like proof of replication, proof of space-time, to guarantee that your data is actually stored, it is uniquely copied, and it is continuously available across hundreds of independent storage providers globally. Now, back in December 2024, the Filecoin Foundation announced the partnership with BlockFrost. So BlockFrost is now archiving its IPFS gateway clusters on the Filecoin network using something called Lighthouse, which is a popular Filecoin native tool for permanent storage, encryption, and also easy integration. So in simple terms, your app's data gets the fast access to IPFS plus a robust, verifiable, long-term backup on Filecoin. And this isn't just some future plan. As of 2026, this premium storage tier is already live and it is already included in BlockFrost pricing plans. For example, starter plan gets some base storage, hobby developers and enterprise plans, they get increasing amounts of Filecoin backed storage. We're talking about hundreds of megabytes up to custom amounts. And developers get this with zero extra infrastructure work. They just keep using the same BlockFrost API that they already know. So why does this matter? First of all, if IPFS data gets lost or it gets corrupted or it gets taken down, it can now be recovered from the Filecoin network. So your NFTs, metadata, AI model data, or app files become much harder to lose. Second of all, no single company or server controls it. Data is distributed across independent providers with on-chain proofs that it's really there. And this aligns perfectly with Cardano's research first, sustainable, and also decentralization philosophy. Third, it provides better security and verifiability. Filecoin's proofs makes everything auditable and tamper evident, which is huge for NFTs, DeFi oracles, real-world asset projects, or any data-heavy application. And finally, we have easier and higher quality building. So more reliable infrastructure means fewer headaches for developers, which increases the chance that they choose Cardano over other chains. And this is classic Cardano infrastructure play. Not flashy news, but it is foundational. Now, for those of you guys who are holding ADA, what's in it for you? Indirectly, quite a lot. Stronger infrastructure leads to more reliable apps, which leads to more real usage on the network, and we get higher TVL, more transaction, which equals greater demand for ADA, which is used for gas and governance and staking. It also strengthens Cardano's reputation as a mature, interoperable ecosystem that plays well with other solid projects like Filecoin. And if you talk about cross-chain collaborations like this, it shows that the network isn't operating in isolation. Now, we are not talking about some immediate 10x pump here. This is slow but compounding kind of development that separates chains with staying power from those that can fade. Now, in 2026, we're getting more data-heavy applications like NFT 2.0, AI agents, or real-world asset tokenization. And if we want to excel in these, we need reliable decentralized storage, which will give us a competitive advantage. Now, to be balanced, this is still a premium tier. So bigger storage needs will cost more, but it's competitive with centralized alternatives. So it's not a direct token bridge, it's not a fill ADA integration. It's pure infrastructure. But overall, the pros far outweighs the minor cons. So here's the bottom line. This Filecoin plus BlockFrost integration is one of those under the radar upgrades that makes Cardano a better place to build, and therefore a stronger long-term bet. Now, we have been talking recently that these infrastructure developments don't make flashy headlines. They're not necessarily there to hype up the community for what's coming next, but they are important for what's coming next. These are the developments that are going to make the next phase possible. If Cardano wants to exceed in the future, if we actually want all those real-world asset tokenization to happen on Cardano, if we want Cardano to excel in AI agents, which they have been talking about it a lot lately, if we want all of these things, then we need things like this. We need to prepare the foundational layer so it can actually support what's coming next. It's actually going to create Cardano a DeFi powerhouse and a must-use platform or blockchain for institutions. So yes, that's why it is important and we should know about these developments. Anyways, this is all I have for you guys in this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one shortly. So stay tuned.